Make sure to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.
Good as the Wild Twist.
Okay, but they had a good crunch to them.
They had a decent crunch, yeah. It's the end of season too, you know, like you really got to test apples in the heart of the season. But yeah, no, I love the new varieties of apples. All right, let's do a little traveling out there today. We are looking at more rain coming in, a lot of green on the map. It's not raining everywhere here right now, but there's potential all across the zone. So let's hone in on where the problem spots will be. This morning, we got a little rain coming into New Orleans, the heavy stuff staying down towards Grand Isle. Some showers extend actually all the way north to I-20. So around Monroe, you've got some rain as you go westbound this morning. And watch how scatter showers develop. I'm so concerned about Baton Rouge and Lafayette and Lake Charles because this is where we've had one of our top wettest Mays on record, one of our top wettest years to date on record. And we've got more rain coming into this area. So we know that flash flood concerns will be here. We're actually under a watch. And then we're going to keep watch down here towards Port O'Connor and Corpus Christi and Port Aransas, where we could have a little enhancement in the moisture coming in today. Steph and Jim.
There's a need for growers to increase the level of food production to help with our expanding world population.
Yeah, American farmers are trying new methods that may solve the planet's greatest challenge. This week, the Weather Channel and our Pattern Climate Unit are showing you how farms across the country are growing solutions to climate change.
Yeah, today we check out a team in Moorhead, Kentucky that is building a new movement combining conventional agriculture techniques with today's technology. Welcome into this finally Friday edition of AMHQ. I'm meteorologist Stephanie Abrams alongside meteorologist Jim Cantori and Jen Carfagno. We've got hot heat. This isn't just hot, and it's not just heat, it's hot heat in the forecast this weekend. In fact, by Sunday, more than 75% of the country will have highs above 80 degrees. I know that's not that hot, but that actually could be record-setting for some people. We're going to dive into that forecast in a little bit, but we've got to start with the rain. Still a major problem here on the Golden Triangle of Texas. Flooding still ongoing in Orange, Texas, right along the border of Louisiana. The Texas Welcome Center flooded by the Sabine River. More than 14 inches of rain fell in Port Arthur, which is nearby this, since Sunday. 14 inches. Jim, you're talking, geesh, at least 2 months of rain in a matter of a week in some spots. It's the humidity that makes it feel that hot.
But it had such a nice stretch, right? With the dew points down in the 50s on Friday, record low dew points, actually meaning it doesn't feel that sticky, and it's still only dew points in the 60s. So it's actually really comfortable there. Yeah, a little actually stickier here through the mid-Atlantic because we've got showers and storms. And so this is where we're going to be watching for, I think, times today when you're traveling I-81 that you'll run into rain and you have repeated rounds of it. It actually comes in from the northwest. So if you're keeping an eye to the sky, look off to the northwest. If those skies are dark, that's where your rain is coming from. You're probably in for it soon. It's wet this morning. We're in Pennsylvania right here. Harrisburg, a couple of showers for you, dropping down to Hagerstown in Maryland. Showers scooting through the D.C. area where it was 94 degrees yesterday at Reagan National. And it wasn't a record, surprisingly, right? It was just, it was a hot one, though, out there. That has led to some showers today, and we'll see that continue right through the afternoon in that northwest flow. Steph and Jim?
Oh, the first showers after a hot.
We've maybe forgotten about how to travel, and the cost has skyrocketed when it comes to travel.
You're in for a little shell shocking through it. Several studies showing Americans spend between $500 and $1,500 on an average vacation, by the way.
Our travel expert, Brian Kelly, the points guy, will help navigate travel trips. So get a glimpse of the only total lunar eclipse of the year, and it will be big. We're excited about this as the moon will be nearly the closest to us as it can be in its orbit.
All right, so that makes it a super moon.
Exactly.
And Michelle Nichols at the Adler Planetarium joins us this morning. Michelle, always great to have you. So there's lots of names for lunar eclipses, the blood moon, the wolf moon. Why is this one called the super flower blood moon?
Flower moon refers to the time of year when this...
Yeah, the heat of the moment for sure. We're going to crank up the AC in the South Carolina Low Country. Charleston, Chucktown, the Holy City, whatever you want to call it, call them hot. Low 90s today, mid 90s by the middle of the week. And if you're thinking of hitting the beach to cool off, you do need to beware. There's still a moderate risk of rip currents along the South Carolina beaches today. So pay attention to the lifeguards. And look, enjoy the weather. Just got to find a place to cool off. Temperatures are hitting records in spots all across the eastern half of the country. So today, tomorrow through Thursday, these are the hot spots that we're looking at, potential records that we are following for you. Places like Montgomery going to 93, Cleveland going to to 89 degrees, practically 90. They'll come close to your record. Nashville, Detroit, you've got your best chance because you're within 2 degrees of setting that record. And Augusta, Georgia, you have a chance of getting to 100. Now, I think it'd be a stretch. The forecast is 96. But if you get there, it would be your earliest 100 on record. So fingers crossed that if you're going to be that hot, you just get in the record books, right? Temperatures are hot everywhere through the southeast, even in Florida, where we're not getting those afternoon showers and storms. On a technicality, yes, the rainy season has begun, but it has not really started. We have high pressure overhead. That's sinking air. That's warming, but that's also suppressing any clouds from building. So you're not going to see those afternoon showers and storms. We stay hot again tomorrow. I mean, look at Miami, 88. Look at Tampa, 92 degrees. So for the most part, it hasn't been that humid, right? The dew points haven't been that high. But once it does get there, then we start to worry about the heat index. And once you start to see a heat index above 100 degrees, that starts to get into that really dangerous zone. The heat index is a complicated equation. It takes into account temperature and dew point as the main inputs, or relative humidity. But it assumes a lot of things, like you're walking very slowly, you weigh about like 147 pounds, you're wearing light clothing, right? So it makes all these assumptions, but then really what matters is how things change in the atmosphere. And if the temperature doesn't change, but the dew point does, look how the heat index goes up. So now it feels like 101 once that dew point gets up through the 70s, dew point of 80. You've got a heat index of 108. Temperature still hasn't changed, and that's when it really starts to get at dangerous levels. Dew points have not been that high through the southeast, right? It's been actually pretty comfortable, 50s dew points. But where we have the higher dew points, thankfully we don't have the higher heat like in Texas, Jim. That's feeding the storms, though.
Yeah, that's totally feeding the